back to another episode of Delusional Sports. We're going to get right into this one. Lunchroom talk. What do you got for us, Ricky?
Well, first, sources tell me that apparently Jerry West has just announced Luka will be the best player Dallas has ever had. So, what are you guys' comments on that?
No.
He'd have to pass Dirk.
Yeah, he would have to win at least a championship.
According to Jerry West, from my source, which is Sports Center, it tells me that.
Do you know who Jerry West is?
He is the NBA logo.
Yeah, he's the logo.
Well, apparently he says he likes.
Do you know what team he played for?
Apparently he says that he likes Dirk, but he's nothing like Luka. So.
I mean, it's a little early to say that. I mean, I definitely.
Yeah, it's way too early to say that.
He has potential. I mean, if
he's hot in stats.
If he continues to improve his game like he has a chance.
I'm just saying what I just. What
are your thoughts on it though?
My thoughts is Luka is not going to be the best player that the Dallas
Jason
has.
Kidd, right? Jason Terry.
But anyways, I just wanted to get that out of the way. What I really want to talk about is how I think the playoffs are going to how the playoffs are going to end and who I got locked in for the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
So which for me it's locked in for the AFC. It's going to be the Chiefs. And then from the NFC it's obviously going to be the 49ers or Seahawks. But at the same time though. The Ravens are hot as well this season, but at the same time, I think they're way too young. But, we'll just have to wait and see for that. And then, at the same time, I want to talk about how far I think the Seahawks will go, for the meantime. I definitely feel like we're going to win our next game and make it to the championship round, but I don't think that we'll beat the 49ers if they move on. But if the Vikings end up beating the 49ers, then there's no doubt that we'll go to the Super Bowl. So
you think you'll win on a missed field goal by the Vikings or something?
Not my boy Dan Bailey. You can't do that.
No, I think we're gonna win by a couple of touchdowns against the Vikings if they end up playing.
I'll take.
Because you guys scored a lot against the Eagles.
A half-injured team too. Screw you.
Bad Eagles.
So hold on, I want to talk about last week. Do you think it was a good move to play the Eagles instead of the?
I definitely think it was a good. I think it was a good idea to play the Eagles instead of the Vikings.
It wasn't the Vikings. It was
No, it was the Vikings.
Yeah, it was the Vikings. It was the Vikings.
It was the Vikings. But anyways, I think it was a good idea to play the Eagles instead of the Vikings because, for one, the Eagles are half injured and we had the lead all throughout the game.
Half injured? You guys were playing a scout team.
Yeah, they are trash.
They were so injured. You guys were literally playing a scout team.
Okay.
But it was a good move, though.
Either way, we had the lead all throughout the entire game, starting with that field goal we had. We ended up winning 17-9. We kept them out of the end zone, and we kept them to a field goal, which on my part, I feel like we could have beaten them 17-0, but. Yeah. At the same time, they had good drives, but we kept them to field goals. So.
I was gonna say honestly, if they would have hit, instead of going for it on fourth down, if they'd hit just one of the field goals, they would have had two chances to make touchdowns. Which I don't know. I don't understand why they didn't do that. But I mean, that's on the Eagles.
All I gotta say is that the Seahawks defense was top notch that night. The total throughout the defense, we had 7 sacks. Which my sources tell me is the most in a playoff game or whatever.
On Josh McCown.
And then at the same time, I want to talk about how DK Metcalf really showed his skills all throughout that game, and Pete Carroll really speaks highly of him after that game.
Okay. DK Metcalf isn't even the best receiver off his team from the draft. It's AJ Brown for the Titans.
Ooh, that's a good take. They
They
both had 1,000 yards.
That's
yeah,
facts.
but DK Metcalf was the one who managed to beat the record for the most receiving yards in a playoff game for a rookie. So
okay, I mean that's cool.
Titans only threw the ball 15 times.
What's going on in Jerry World?
Oh man, I wore this jersey. Oh, Jason Garrett's gone, but we basically hired a more successful Jason Garrett with more emotion. That's all I see Mike McCarthy as. Seemed like the players didn't really like him in Green Bay. who knows how good of a coach he would have been without Aaron Rodgers. I don't see the fit. Our thing's always been give Zeke the ball, but Mike McCarthy is, he always ranks bottom in rushing attempts in the league, so I'm not sure how it'll work out. I hope this year off he's kind of figured out what he wants to do and how to really adapt to the new NFL.
Do you think you'll have a more successful season next season with McCarthy?
Definitely.
Who do you think they should have signed?
I don't know. As a fan, I would have rather had something more exciting, say like a Lincoln Riley, like a player's coach, someone who really seems to get the best out of his players, and the players really like connect with him, and I don't know. He just is energized on the sideline, and it's fun to watch, and he's been successful. So I think that would.
Would you rather had Rex Ryan over Mike McCarthy?
No.
I mean, he's a person. He has a personality. So
yeah, I don't know. I think Mike McCarthy's had success more recent. So
the real question
that gives him the edge.
real question is, it's a theoretical, but what if Ron Rivera got hired by the Cowboys instead of the Redskins? What would be your comments on that?
Oh, I would have much rather had that, because I feel like, okay, don't get me wrong, like I feel like Cam and Dak are similar in ways. They're about the same size. Cam has them a little bit, but they're both physical runners. Cam's got a stronger arm, but I don't know. I see similarities between the two, and what Rivera did with Cam Newton got him to an MVP and a Super Bowl.
Not to mention Cam Newton doesn't look like Toxicroak.
Oh, whatever that means. But yeah, I don't know. I would have rather seen a clever coach, like someone who comes up with trick plays and stuff, because I feel like
if you could have any coach in the league, who would it be?
Sean McVay.
Really?
I
think it should. Honestly, I think it should be like for the Cowboys, Sean Payton.
Oh yeah. Sean Payton would have also been a good one. I just didn't really put it past him leaving the Saints for some reason. Right. But yeah, I'd like Sean McVay. That would be awesome.
What do you got for lunchroom talk, McCaffrey?
Me? Why haven't the Panthers hired me yet? Moving on, we got heavy hitters of the week. Ricky, who you got for your heavy hitter?
For me, it's gotta be Russell Wilson and DK Metcalf for the last night's game against the Eagles. We really kept them at bay. We kept them at 3 field goals and we kept them out of the end zone. DK Metcalf had a tremendous game last night. That 53-yard receiving catch was amazing, and at the same time, he broke a record for most passing yards for a rookie in a playoff. Receiving yards for a rookie in a playoff game, which I was really excited about. He's really shown that he wants to be the very best. And from what I hear from my sources is that he's the kind of receiver that goes to practice early and he'll stay late. And all he'll do is practice and just want to get better and hone his skills. So
right. Yeah, I was very skeptical on DK Metcalf.
I thought that combine was crazy. Like that changed his draft stock. That was really cool.
Yeah. I just figured he was some physical specimen. I didn't think his route running was great, but it hasn't mattered. It hasn't mattered.
And then at the same time, Russell Wilson threw like what he usually does when he believes in his receivers, just throws it into double coverage, and that was really that was really what excited me the most. Was he threw it into double coverage to DK Metcalf and he still caught it.
Yeah.
So I have a feeling he's going to be call me delusional, but in the next few years, I feel like he could be the next Julio Jones.
Okay.
Same body type, kind of, yeah.
Definitely. Who do you got for your heavy hitter?
Ice cold Devontae Graham. Just this week alone, he's done it before in the past, but two game winners. One in overtime, and the other one at the end of regulation. He has to be front runner for MIP, and
not say Gilgeous Alexander. It's close.
It's close,
okay.
but I say just from what Devontae was last year. Like,
Right.
barely playing time, 4 points a game. And then this year, like, potential all-star season.
Right.
I mean, I just think the jump was bigger. But, yeah.
I would say stick Devontae Graham on the Thunder and see what he can do.
Well, yes and no. I mean, Devontae Graham kind of needs to be the guy, and the Thunder's more about, like, team play, like, average scoring all
Right.
around.
True.
But yeah, Devontae's killing it. Happy for him. He's doing great. Get him into the All-Star game.
Okay. I mean, that's a good take. I definitely think he is my most improved player as well. Yeah. My heavy hitter of the week, I actually got two. My first one's Derrick Henry, and he's been, I don't know, a heavy hitter for the last like 6-7 weeks for somebody. He had 182 yards, a touchdown, and 20, and like half the receiving yards for the Titans. Yeah, he came in that game and just said, do something about it.
Yeah.
I mean, really. I mean, he told the Patriots, do something about it, and they didn't. Because obviously, you know, as you've seen, the Titans won 2013, and they literally just couldn't stop. They couldn't stop, like you said, the new beast mode.
Yeah, I'm gonna stick with that statement too, though, because I feel like after watching the highlights for Derrick Henry's game against the Patriots, he's done everything that Marshawn Lynch used to do, and I feel like since he's still young, I feel like Derrick Henry is definitely going to be the new beast mode, especially for the Titans, and I feel like the Titans deserve to have someone like him on their team.
Yeah.
Yeah, and during that game, I don't know if you guys know this, he had all of their yards from the last, like, he did all of the 2-minute drill, all 75 yards. That was all him. And then every yard they gained in the third quarter was either him rushing or him getting a reception.
Yeah.
That he's the ultimate
that's great.
workhorse of anyone in the league.
Right. And sources close to me, close to the Titans organization, told me he takes shits bigger than the Patriots defense. Anyway, my second heavy hitter of the week is Lonzo Ball. You guys knew this was coming. And in this past week, he averaged 25 points, 8 assists, 6 rebounds, and 2 steals in the last 3 games this past week. And yeah, he's definitely a heavy hitter. He's coming into what I hope is an average for him. Now, if these stats go down a little bit, I'm not going to be too worried, but just he had a really, really good week, and one of them was against his former team, and look for him to keep going, keep doing well. But anyway, moving on to scrubs of the week. Ricky, who's your scrub of the week?
Josh Allen, you scummy mummy. Sorry. Josh Allen, you scummy mummy. Award goes to you, you fucking slug. You blew a 16-0. You blew a 16-0 lead, and you fumbled twice.
All right, scrub of the week for him, Josh Allen. Who do you got? Who do you got, Z?
Scrub of the week, Kyle Kuzma. 1, you now look like Amber Rose. Get rid of that hair. And number 2, you've been put on the trading block. So, say goodbye to LeBron and Anthony Davis.
Okay, yeah, that's an interesting take. I got kind of one scrub of the week too, whichever way you want to put it. I have Drew Brees as my scrub of the week. He had 208 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception, and 1 fumble. Like I said, he didn't look elite at all last weekend. And also Sean Payton. This dude is just way too cocky to say the shit he says, but yeah, he and all 3 of his last playoff games have been decided on the last play. The only coach to have that happen, or only team to have that happen, Sean Payton. And like I said, like he thinks he's way too good to not be losing these games. So it's pretty funny to me.